Okay, I'm trying to shoot this with my phone. I'm having a hard time with the whole getting it set up stable, but here we go. Alrighty, so a couple of things I've got going here. Um, there's the new pot. I got this really cheap on Amazon. This is an MSR Stowaway 750 milliliters pot. It's 450 milliliters. It's half a liter, half a quart. Really nice in the way it stows together. Real good, solid lid to it, which I find really nice. Is no rattle, no rattle at all. Wonderfully, no rattle. So holds half a liter. Really good long handle on it, so that you could hold it over fire if you needed to use it on the stove. Decent lid on it. Good interior size. Just about right for top ramen. Just like the cup I have here, it's a GSI. This is a 500 milliliter, 450, 500 milliliter cup. It's taller and smaller diameter, but works pretty well. Anyway, I'm boiling this one up because we'll make some tea. So between these, you pretty much get everything you need. You got tea, top ramen. I've got a little thing called the Guyot Designs bottle. Guyot Designs bottle. You can Google that. They're not real cheap. They're not bad though. But it's basically a wide mouth nalgene bottle. See if you can see that there, but it takes a standard nalgene lid. It doesn't look standard, they make everything beefier, but it's a nalgene lid. What I like about this is it's all stainless steel, so it will go right on the stove, like so. Recommend taking the lid off first, and these little cord locks come off too, so you can take that off. But you could actually boil up a quart of water, or a liter of water in this, so you can, sterilize it, whatever, when you're in bad situations. Really good stuff. The last little item, which I find really useful, is this, which is the now become my favorite coffee and tea cup. Use it all the time. This is made by GSI. It's a GSI Cup. The handles, if you can see, nice and long. Won't burn yourself on them when they're hot. Right into the fire, maybe not so much, but it works really good on the stove, stays cool. And then the handles fold flat, like so, okay? And it fits over the outside of the bottle, same diameter. I'll put it in there because it actually has water in there I'm heating up. So this comprises about all the cook kit you'd ever need. Either one of them will hold ramen or some oatmeal or whatnot, all exactly sized for most single portion meals. Can of soup, thing of ramen, thing of tea, whatever, lots of coffee. All works good. One thing I haven't ordered yet, but I have seen that works really nicely, is they make a filter that goes inside these that makes a coffee filter. So you can boil water in it, put the little thing in there, it's a strainer, put your coffee inside there, it'll actually make coffee right inside this. So this becomes a coffee and teapot as well. So all that in a very, very small package. And then of course, I will be remiss if I didn't point out the newest version of stove. My newest version of stove is the mini bowl design. Love mini bowl. Mini bowl design. This is called the choke hazard. This is the actual stove. This piece slides over that piece, and this little piece of tubing goes inside. So the whole thing is basically the same diameter as a tea candle, and not too much taller when it's all packed up. This is just basically, it's like wire, and you can buy this as their pot stand. It's designed to fit on the inside ring of a Heineken pot, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is a Heineken mini keg, and you cut the lid off with one of those can openers that goes around this way. Okay, so the lid is like so. And then this is drywall tape, fiberglass drywall tape. And when you put that in there, this fits exactly on the inside ring of the pot, like so. And because it's aluminum, it's very light. The drywall tape gives you a cool surface to grab when the thing is hot. And you basically, if you're really into lightweight, this is the way to go. I just took a screw and an electrical red nut and put it through where the little pull tab was, and voila, there's your pot. I tried it for a while, didn't like it, too lightweight, most likely to crush, and I'm abusive on gear, so I went stainless. Takes a little more boiling time. This is not going to boil as quickly as that. This is close though. It has a larger base. The diameter of the base makes a difference. It has a lid that locks down tightly. I think it's pretty close. I think about 5 or 6 minute boil on that, where it's about an 8-minute boil on this because I have no lid. I imagine I could just speed it up by just sitting that on top of it, and there's my lid. But generally the whole thing's really small and lightweight. What I have here is another critical piece of gear that goes with this whole system. This is a piece of tinfoil that has been folded over about 4 times. And this is probably the cheapest part of the gear. It's not real expensive at all. When I'm indoors, it does what it's doing right now, which is protects the table that I'm working on from heat. When it's outside, you wrap it around the pot as a windscreen. Now all this works off of heat. This is found at any gas station, pretty much. Walmart, Kmart, Fred Meyer's, Safeway, wherever, Stop and Shop, I don't know, whatever coast you're on. Pretty much everybody has this. Okay, so but the easiest to find fuel you can find, and because this is a methyl alcohol, alcohol being water soluble, should things get out of hand, you just pour water on it and you're good. Whereas if you had a gas-fired or white gas-fired or kerosene, and you put water on it, it just spreads it, makes it worse. This actually will go out with water. Also, there's no smell. If you spill it all in your pack, it just evaporates. Let's see, without any kind of fumes, no fumes whatsoever. I'm indoors. Not a smell at all. The only thing you'll smell is the food cooking. So essentially, if you're doing this as a missions thing and you have to cook like in the basement of a church or something, or you're staying someplace where maybe you don't have all the facilities available, but you're in the city and you can't light a campfire, this is really a good way to go. And alcohol is one of the few fuels I've found everywhere. And no matter where you go in the world, they got this. Now I usually keep it in here and put it in one of these little deals like this because it's easier filling the stove. But there are other bottles that work really well as well. They're good if you want to go small, real small. I'll show you what those look like. This is what we're looking at. And what you want is you want the lids that come up like that. A little tiny lid like, because it's easier to meter it. This is a 4-ounce bottle. It's really small. It takes about 1 ounce. Will boil up a 500 milliliter container full of water. So that's 4 meals right there, or 4 cups of coffee, whichever way you want to look at it. 4 times boiling water. So a couple of days, and that'll get you a couple of meals and a couple of cup of coffees or tea or whatever, and you're pretty much good. It'll boil up half this bottle. It takes twice as much, of course, to boil the whole bottle, the whole nalgene bottle, but that's a whole lot of tea. You could do tea and coffee in one shot. Coffee, water, and then use part of it to make oatmeal or something, whatever you're going to do. But essentially you have a really small cook kit in a small space. And so far, this is the smallest I've managed to get. If anybody has any recommendations on how I can get this smaller, perhaps lighter, but I don't want to sacrifice strength. These little aluminum things are like a crush hazard. I'm just not a real aluminum fan. But perhaps there's a way you can get this more powerful. Still, like this over the Venom stove. It seems like it's still pretty stout. Anyway, so that's it. Happy trails. Remember, if you go out in the mission field, don't be careful. Be bold. The Lord's got your back. God bless you.